Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and yes, this is Chronotopia second skin. Yes, this is the very beginning very beginning screen. You know what, with the last episode, with the choice we've made to give Kionna a bad ending, which is the true ending, according to me. I thought, hey, there was this game called Bad End. Do I have it? You know, I kinda feel tempted to play it. Maybe afterwards, but don't know if I will. What I do know is we have to load Chronotopia last save, and we'll go after Medea. I mean, I hope I'm going after Medea. And we will see what's gonna happen. Also, now that I think about it, with the choice here, when you allow Kionna to unalive, they said she would meet Nahima in the afterlife. So, did Nahima... I mean, because it was not really explained or anything, but I wonder if Nahima, like, unalived herself in the end, or if she was maybe sentenced to unaliving because she... I mean, I don't know, maybe the king or someone assumed, which was the correct assumption, to be fair, that she helped with the escape to the princess, and then, you know, how it all ended. If you connect the dots. Alright, invoke the fairy, even though you don't deserve it. And she resolved to call her godmother. The fairy's voice echoed inside her head straight away. Yes, my child. But allow me to go back in time so that I can have a second chance. But you already had a second chance. Heh. Your wish is my command, princess. Wait, if I click it, will I get the... No. With these words, the same magic circle which had materialized during their pact appeared before the young woman. It illuminated her with a blinding light while the fairy was reciting a similar spell. That's the third chance, but whatever. The magic words echoes filled Kionna's heart with fear. She did not have time to put more thought into it because everything that was around her disappeared. Her body rose in the air, flapped by a powerful wind, as if she was moving at a great speed. The last minutes of her life flashed by backwards like a furious bull. No one could stop. Without warning, she lost consciousness and the world ceased to exist. Unfortunately, the spell did not trigger in time. Oh, that would be nuts. Kionna was drifting unconscious in an ocean of darkness, at the border between life and death. As the instigation of the fairy, the thread of time had rewinded by itself, the world had reverted to the fateful moment when everything had turned upside down. What do you mean? The search time was about to turn its own tide. The dam would not hold much longer. Oh yeah, you did not... hello? Wait, where is the... That's not the one. Is it this one? No. No. Is there no log? I thought there was a log. You did not specify when exactly you want to be dropped back in time for. So... Medea, did you play a trick on her? Come on. Like, you know, move her back in time like 1,000 years or something like that. Anyway, tools open the invisible doors. A new cycle could begin, a new choice. Here... no. Somewhere different. The princess brutally gained consciousness on her bed, gasping for air. She had... Did we read this? I wonder. Can I have a look at options? Okay, let's see if we read this a little bit. Regain coarseness, unpleasant sensation, vital energy had left in body, stayed in it for too long. Bulging eyes, her heart still pounding from the dread. She remained perfectly motionless for a handful of minutes, each more interminable than the last. Memories were falling black, her feelings too. Can remember with unparalleled precision the progressive asphyxia had seized her body. Alone, this deep blue, powerless and blue shout, sinking always a little more under the resigned gaze of Flo. Yes, she remembered everything. She remembered her death down to the very last detail. Shock. By the way, by that wish, she also took away the opportunity from Fleur. I mean, basically, Flo will definitely... We don't know if she married that prince, but now she will definitely not marry him. You selfish noble. Okay, I mean, in this situation it was life and death, so I guess I can't judge that much. Shocked by the unsettling imagery which had etched itself into her retina, the princess broke down in tears again. Okay, we read this. Let's skip. Instantly, upon consideration, Kionna did not even have to change her strategy. I mean, because she's not bright enough to come up with better. No matter the nature of her vision, she had now acquired knowledge from the timeline of her death. She knew what was going to happen by carrying on such actions, which provided her a certain advantage. I mean, she's not too bright, so, you know, it was possible to distort the course of things and shape a new outcome using this precious data. For instance, she was convinced that filling with the donkey skin was the right solution. An error in execution immediately foiled her plan, but she was starting on a sound basis. Now that I think about it, I wonder if her mother was also using that cheat code as well. After all those sweet moments spent in Grisel's company, she was even more intent on marrying him. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you serious? Dude, at this point, if the game gave me the option for her to marry her father, I would go with it. I mean, I couldn't care less. I want bad endings for her, okay? Let us call my godmother without further delay. Oh, we can skip again. New. Okay. Let's go. Realizing that she was now holding all the cards, not really, Kionna decided to persevere and make the exact same request. Godmother, I believe an invisibility spell is little to ask. As much as I would like to do me this favor so I can escape the castle dressed in the donkey skin. The fairy frowned with a hint of distrust. Well, I do not know where you have heard this sort of rumor, but this is absolutely right. If so desire, I will joyfully help you and... Okay, so basically, Medea doesn't remember anything. That's interesting. So the stuff does not repeat for her. I thought it would. Allow me to ask you one last service. Since my goal is to seek refuge with a neighboring court, I will need to bring with me the evidence of my social status. Would you happen to have at your disposal magic chest of sorts that will... How do you know about this stuff, supposedly? Oh my god, what? Medea still until then rather jovial hardened. Assuredly, I can give you that. And you are not suspicious how she knows that. Come on. Her eyes still veiled with depths. The fairy traced some invisible words in the air and a stick magically appeared, extended to Kionna moments after with a cruel grin. As the prince was about to grab the hazel rod, Medea slightly withdrew her hand. Don't give it to her. I suppose that I do not need to explain its functioning to you. Kionna gulped up while catching the intimidating eye of the creature, had she understood. It only seemed obvious that she could not envisage deceiving her. Whatever she did, her godmother would eventually perceive her true intentions. As she was trying to regain her composure, the princess caught the item with a polite smile. It will indeed not be necessary. Much to express, Medea remained imperturbable and did not insist. Interesting. So Medea doesn't remember stuff. I mean, I thought she would be like connected to all the timelines or something like that, but... Is this all you desire? Yes, godmother. Kionna then turned to Hamia in the hope of forestalling her protests. Luckily, Rankmur was too amazed by her attitude to realize what was going to follow. You already know how to use this magic wand, princess. And how were you aware that your godmother could make you invisible, eh? It's a long story, let's say, that we have mentioned the first means of planning my evasion this afternoon. No, it's not a long story, it's... I'm repeating what happened. Time freaking travel. Oh, I see. This would explain many things. But yes, why did she look so surprised to hear you talk about it? Because Kionna is dumb. The princess bit her lip with vexation. A small slide threatened to lead her in a tumultuous zone, and she risked wasting time by trying to justify herself. She had to cut this conversation short and fast. Listen, Nahima, we have far more pressing matters to attend to for now. Oh, you're right, I did not want to bother you. Kionna let out a discreet sigh of relief. She was now able to move on to the next step. Suddenly placing both her hands on her friend's shoulders, she looked her straight in the eye, which resulted in Nahima blushing furiously. Princess, what are you? Nahima, what I'm going to tell you is very important. Would you hear me out? Of course not! Is what she should say. Of course. The path that lies ahead of me will be fraught with hazards, my exile will be bitter, and I'm sure that I will rue your absence many times. Yet even if it costs me dearly to say this, I must go alone. The guards certainly recognize me if you are by my side, and I cannot allow myself to put you in danger. But fear not, this will only be temporary. As soon as I will have successfully obtained protection from the Lord, my prayer will be to send a letter to tell you where I am and invite you to join me. Ugh. Naima opened her mouth to reply, but no sound came out, so Kionna said with a honey voice, Do you swear that you will not forget me, Nahima? I'll forget you the moment you are out of here! Is what I wish she said. The young Moor instantly regained her usual upright stature and cleared her throat. Hey! Come on, precious, what were you thinking? Forget you over my dead body. Heh. Well, funny that you said that, so... I'm glad to hear that. That means that you give me permission to leave. Of course, you have my blessing. Even so, days will seem so long without you, so do not keep me waiting for too long. I knew I could count on you. Translating words into actions, the princess rushed to her friend, and the two men then threw themselves in each other's arms under the inscrutable eyes of the fairy. When the retainer was delighted that her mistress was showing her some affection, the latter was already anticipating the moment of her union with Lord Giselle. Impatient, Kionna hastened to use the wand and filled the magic chest with her most beautiful dresses before finally donning the donkey skin. Can we? No. She turned to the fairy and her friends. I must go, wish me luck. Let me hear from you soon! Godmother, do what you have to do. The creature moved forward with an inescrutable expression, blocking the moonlight with her gigantic shadow. She planted herself before Kionna without uttering a single word. Was she going to make a comment? She felt her heartbeat accelerating her chest. In silence, Medea cast the spell to make the young woman entirely transparent. There you are, now invisible. I don't think I need to say anymore, be extremely careful. Careful is not her middle name. You can count on me, godmother. I'm leaving at once. Dude, I feel like every line I want to attack. I feel like really like that. You can count on me, no Kionna, nobody can count on you. I promise you that my exile will be short, Nahima. No, it will not. Be careful, princess! With these brief farewells, Kionna vanished in the castle's corridors under the defeated look of her servant. She looked disappointed and worried. She exclaimed in a sigh, will I ever see her again? The fairy, who had stayed only silent during the embrace, tried to comfort her and put a kind hand on her shoulder. There, do not cry. I know I should not, but I have a bad feeling about this, as if nothing will ever be the same again. You, who are so powerful, can you see the future? Could tell me if everything's going to be alright? Who knows? It all depends on a certain lynx. Hey. The limbo creature was deep in thought for a moment, but before quietly answering, do not worry, my child. I shall watch over her. Don't. A few meters away, Kionna was stealthily sneaking through the castle corridors. We cannot skip that. She stopped for a few moments to unhook a torch placed against the stone wall while avoiding the guard who had previously manifested himself. This time she had no need to consult Nahima. She was already familiar with the pathway followed by retainers and went straight for the rowboat, which seemed to be waiting for her. One thing off my list, she exclaimed, once she was in the midst of waters. Now I have to cross the forest to reach Giselle's kingdom. The prospect of sinking into the woods in the middle of the night was not exactly in the maintenance days given her previous experience. She recalled how humiliating and terrifying it had been for her to keep the vegetation away and wait in the woods without knowing where she was going. Wow, you experienced that once. Terrible. Worse still, she had no guarantee that she would manage to find her way a second time. After all, she had to wander for hours at a time and had only come back on a practicable path by sheer luck. You know what would be hilarious? If they remembered. Yet she had to ensure she would not be spotted, especially by the king's men. The princess clearly remembered how she had crossed paths with horse riders during her previous evasion, and she certainly did not want to come face to face with them. Kionna sighed deeply. She had no other option. The social path. Torch in hand, she entered the forest surroundings, but those who stayed in the vicinity of the road, watching it with great caution. With this compromise, she was hoping to avoid getting lost while killing the possibility to hide the moment any suspicious sound would resound. Dude, with her, I would not be surprised if by chance she would lit fire to the forest. Her disappearance should not be noticed before sunrise, which gave her the leeway to walk as long as her legs would allow her. Which was not long. Although the forest atmosphere was as oppressive as ever, the young woman tried to focus on something else, both as a way to reassure herself and so that time would go by more quickly. Okay, to be fair, going into the forest at night, it is creepy. Not recommended. She rummaged through her thoughts, seeking for any element that could distract her, and her mind dwelled on Fleur. Mechanically, Kionna stopped for a few seconds. Fleur. Her memory was still haunting her. Everything had happened so quickly, so abruptly. One moment they were the best friends in the world, the next day they were deadly enemies. And let's not go as far as best friends, okay? Also, it was your fault. Even though farm life had certainly been no bed of roses, she would spend magical moments with the Anselme family, her adoptive family. In before she will... Okay, she will try to repair the situation, won't she? Wow. Disgusting. And by repair, I don't mean actually repair, but... You know. She basically, with that freaking wish, she made them forget. Which would be super hilarious if they didn't, for some reason. And then sneak into that family again. I don't know, I kinda dislike that idea. Among other things, she remembered Floor's pranks, particularly her penchant for water bottles in the stream to escape the heat, the pride she had felt by earning her meal by learning to make cheese, but also the night of vigil where they would gaze at the stars. What? I don't remember that. The rainy days confined in the shack where they would tell stories. The young farmer's smile could not have been a lie, not after all those things they had experienced together, the hardships they had both overcome. Once again, Kionna, I mean... You have not really been there long to say you overcome hardships. Or like you overcame hardships. Yet those wonderful days had almost been erased by the fateful expression Floor had displayed the day before coldly sentencing her to death. Which... I still claim was deserved. How could they have come to that? Where had Kionna been mistaken? What? How do you not understand? One image came to her mind. The adolescent was yelling amidst her sobs, red with anger. Liar! You have betrayed me! I was extending a hand and you've rejected me! Yep. The princess was struck with a realization. What if she had shared her identity with Flo earlier? Yep. What if she had explained to her that she intended to compensate her family for their hospitality? Again! Stop lying about that! Just because... No. As you said. You said you would give them the coins, and you would want to see them freaking being grateful for that. No. Stop. Perhaps the young girl would have understood, perhaps she would have appreciated the gesture, perhaps she would have caught sight of light at the end of the tunnel of misfortunes that had descended upon her. Also still, I mean, if there is someone, let's go with that. If there is someone to supposedly marry the prince, right? You know how to meet him and so on. Why is it supposed to be you in this case? Why won't you help Flo get that opportunity, sort of? Dude, I want Flo as my main character. Give it to me. We'll get Flo to the top of the freaking country. There was no way to know with certainty now, yet Kionna could not help but think that she had probably been overconfident. Think? I mean, you should know that. That she should have talked about her plan to her friend. The latter had seemed so desperate. Perhaps if the princess had paid more attention, she would have noticed the Anselmi family's distress. I mean... You were clearly... Kionna, you were clearly constantly thinking of only yourself. Which is fine, thinking about yourself, obviously, but you were blind, completely blind to everything around you, so come on. Like, no. You will not make me feel bad for you. A distress so powerful that it had compelled the farmers to commit cold-blooded murder. They were ready to put their lives on the line. Kionna stepped over the road while watching over the road with pensive look. Deep down in her heart, she did not quite know what to make. Fuck. Of the treason of Flo and her parents. Could she forgive them? Could they forgive you? That's the real question. Do you deserve forgiveness? Not them, do you? In truth, this was of little importance now that she possessed this fabulous power. The princess felt lonelier than ever. Good. She had attempted to explain the situation to Nahima, but she did not. No, you did not. But she did not appear to want to hear what she had to say. What are you talking about? It was hard to blame the servant. Her comments about time travel must seem so bizarre. What are you talking? You did not even try. You said it's a long story. What? Dude. Dude. Kionna is freaking nuts. What the heck? It's like she's trying to rewrite everything so it is the way she wanted it to be. In her own mind. What the freak? You know, basically she... I don't know, alters, sort of. She kind of alters her memories to the way she wants them to be? I mean, she never attempted to explain anything like that. She literally said it would take way too long to explain stuff. Wow. Wow. You are trying to play the victim card so much. Kionna froze once again to let out a sigh. I suppose that such is the fate of all exceptional individuals. I don't know. Where do you see that exceptional individual? Where? We must carry our burden in solitude. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? How after all of that you seem to be getting worse of a person? That's nuts. Wow. Oh, okay, typical noble, let's face it. I cannot talk about my past experiences in other timelines to anyone, not even Nahima. This is a gift that has been bestowed on me, so that I can change the future. I must prove that I am worthy of it. No, you're not. Even though the torch's flickering flame shed the necessary light for her journey, it was not enough to protect the princess from the ambient cold. As she kept shivering, she soon became unable to think straight and decided it was very much the right moment to take a welcome break. I wonder if there is like a super bad ending. Is there something like that? I want to go after that. Unlock question marks bad ending. Oh. That sounds tasty. Unlock Medea's bad ending. Ooh. Unlock the soul's bad ending. Ooh. Oh, I think I cannot do that. Because it says no fragments. In parentheses. And I picked 2. Nahima's bad ending. Unlock Kionna's bad ending. Did I not? Oh, I got that ending. Ha 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 ha. Yo, now that I know that there is a bad end, like super bad end, I assume I kinda want that. I kinda want that, yeah. She then explored her surroundings and eventually found a hollow tree. The crack was large enough for her to sleep inside and curl up in a position that will allow her to retain the maximum amount of heat possible. Good luck getting all the bugs on you. Satisfied, she took a last look around in order to memorize her current position. She then quenched her torch and placed on a trunk in plain view so that its end would indicate the direction of the road. With this done, she settled in her makeshift shelter and fell asleep. And when she woke up, she noticed she's being eaten by a pack of wolves. Heh. Maybe not. Anywho, let's end for today. We'll continue tomorrow. I think I used up all my complaining energy for her today. It's crazy how you... I mean, listen, there is nothing... there is nothing wrong I'm saying about... you know, how she was created and so on. Because I believe that's how she was supposed to be created. Like, to sort of... basically show... the side of nobles that we know, right? And she seems to be resembling a noble, like, I don't know, maybe like point to point some words, something like that. Basically, I mean, to me at least, she seems like a noble, okay, that you would see in history books or whatever. In some stories of the past, basically. So, you know, with that, it's all good. Basically, by attacking her thinking and her actions, I'm pretty much think like I'm also attacking the nobles of the past. And to be fair, some of the rich people in the present as well, I would say. Especially in Poland, to be fair. Yeah, I think, like, the richest, the very rich people over here are like that as well. Like, they think super highly of themselves and so on. That they deserve everything and so on and so on, you know what I mean. And she seems like that as well. But I guess I already said all of that, so... I don't want to repeat it again in the same episode. Alright, let's end for today. We'll continue this journey tomorrow. We will see if she goes to Anselm family or if she'll try to find a different option of sorts. Who knows? Right now, I feel like I should be making choices that will lead her to the bad ending for her. Like, I kinda feel like that's what I would like to do. But we'll see. We'll see where my choices will lead. We'll see. Anywho, with that being said, still, despite my complaining, hope you enjoyed. You know, if you did, consider liking, subscribing. Always appreciate to have people around. Because we play games and more games. And with that being said, hope you have a wonderful day. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye!